Hi friends, in this video I am going to discuss about the tales from the Canterbury Tales. Let's see the first tale, The Knight's Tale. It is based on Boccaccio's Tessida. The story begins by Theseus, Duke of Athens, who just has conquered Amazon and married Hippolyta, and returning to Athens. While returning, he is encountered by grieving widows of Thebes, whose husbands were killed in the war of Thebes by King Creon, king of Thebes. King Creon refused to give them the dead bodies, so Theseus was touched by pathos and kills Creon and destroys Thebes and restores the pile of bodies to the widows. Two of them in the pile of bodies were alive. They were seriously injured but not dead. One is Polemon and another is Oxide. They are cousin brothers. Duke Theseus orders to put them in prison. While in prison, Polemon sees Emily, a charming, beautiful and attractive sister of Hippolyta, through back window and falls in love. Soon Oxide also got up and sees Emily, and he also fell in love with her. Oxide was ransomed by his friend and rescued, but Duke Theseus banished him from Athens, but he disguises as a page boy of Emily and walked in Emily's chamber secretly. Poor Polemon escapes from prison, and they both, Polemon and Oxide, met in a forest. Duke Theseus caught them while going to hunting and commanded them to be killed, but kind Hippolyta requested Duke not to do so. A deal is made by Theseus. Both the convict should collect 100 soldiers and fight. The winner will get Emily as wife. Polemon prays to Venus, goddess of love, and Oxide prays to Mars, god of war, while Emily prays to Diana, goddess of chastity. The war begins and Mars gives victory to Oxide as he earlier wished for victory. Goddess Venus cries to his father Saturn as she got defeated. So Saturn ordered Earth to shake the horse on which Oxide was riding and threw him away, and Oxide died. Now Venus won and Polemon got Emily's hands as Oxide finally wished them to marry, and they lived happily forever. The knight is socially the most prominent person on the pilgrimage, epitomizing chivalry, truth and honor. He stands apart from the other pilgrims because of his dignity and honor. The next tale is The Miller's Tale. The host asks monk to tell the next tale, but drunken miller interrupts and insists that his tale should be the next. There was a foolish carpenter named John who had a beautiful wife named Alison. Nicholas is a young scholar of astrology. He is rusty and covets lovely Alison. One day when John was not at home, Nicholas seduced Alison. First she resisted but finally agreed. She worried that if her husband finds this out, he will kill her. Nicholas made a plan for it. Nicholas lied John that there will be great floods tomorrow like Noah's flood. So he ordered John to tie the 3 tubs to the beam of ceiling with rope and fill the tub with food so that they can escape when flood comes. Foolish John did so. At night he climbs into the tub and falls dead asleep. The two, like Alison and Nicholas, get out of the tub and spend the whole night together. Absalom, a parish clerk, also had been owing Alison. While Nicholas and Alison were enjoying, Absalom saw this and asked Alison to kiss him, but she insulted him. But when second time he asked for a kiss, Nicholas showed his back, and Absalom got pissed and applied hot poker on Nicholas' back, and Nicholas shouted, "Water, water!" Hearing of water, John got up and cut the rope of the tub and fell down and broke his legs. The next tale is The Reeve's Tale. As Miller told the tale about a carpenter, and as Reeve was also doing carpentry, so he takes Miller's tale as offense and counters with his own tale of a dishonest miller. Reeve tells the story of 2 students, John and Alain. They go to the miller to watch him grinding their corn so that he can't steal their corn with his golden thumb. Miller unties their horse, and while they chase it, he steals some of the flour he had just grinded for them. By the time students catch the horse, it becomes dusk and they spend the night in Miller's house. That night, Aline seduces Miller's daughter while John seduces Miller's wife. When Miller woke up and found out what had happened, he tried to beat the students. His wife, thinking that her husband is actually one of the students, hits Miller over the head with the staff. The students took back their corn and leaves. The next tale is the cook's prologue and tale. Cook's name is Roger. The cook enjoys the reeve's tale and offers to tell another funny tale. The tale is about an apprentice named Perkin who drinks and dances so much that he is called Perkin's Reveler. Finally, Perkin's master decides to leave the apprentice as he was corrupting other servants too. Perkin decides to stay with a friend who loves drinking and gambling, and he had a wife who was a prostitute. The tale breaks off after 58 lines. The story is unfinished. Host name Harry Bailey is revealed in Cook's prologue. The next tale is the prologue and the tale of man of law. The host Harry Bailey reminds his fellow pilgrims to waste no time because lost time cannot be regained. He asks the man of law to tell the next tale. The man of law apologizes that he can't tell any suitable tale that Chaucer had not already told. Chaucer may be unskilled as a poet, says the man of law, but he has told more stories of lovers than Ovid, and he does not print tales of incest as John Gower does. In the prologue, the man of law laments the miseries of poverty and remarks how fortunate merchants are, and says that his tale is the one which is told to him by a merchant. In the tale, the Muslim Sultan of Syria converts his entire sultanate to Christianity in order to persuade the emperor of Rome to give him his daughter Constance in marriage. The sultan's mother and her attendants remain faithful to Islam. The mother tells her son that she wishes to hold a banquet for him and all the Christians. At the banquet, she murders her son and all the Christians except Constance, who she sets adrift in a rudderless ship. After years of floating, Constance runs ashore in Northumberland, where a constable and his wife Hermingild offer her shelter. She converts them to Christianity. One night, Satan makes a young knight to sneak into Hermingild's chamber and murders her and places the bloody knife next to Constance, who sleeps in the same chamber. When the constable returns home accompanied by Allah, the king of Northumberland, he finds his slain wife into the murder, just as the knight who murdered Hermingild is swearing that Constance is the true murderer, but he is struck down and his eyes burst out of his face, proving his guilty to Allah and the crowd. The convict knight is executed. Allah and many others converted to Christianity, and Constance and Allah marry. While Allah was away in Scotland, Constance gave birth to a baby boy named Mauritius. Allah's mother, Dunhild, intercepts a letter from Constance to Allah and substitutes a counterfeit one that claims that the child is disfigured and bewitched. She then intercepts Allah's reply, which claims that the child should be kept and loved no matter how malformed. Dunhild substitutes a letter saying that Constance and her son are banished and should be sent away on the same ship on which Constance arrived. All returns home and finds out what happened and kills his mother Dunhild. After many adventures at sea, including an attempted rape, Constance ends up back in Rome, where she reunites with Allah, who has made a pilgrimage there to atone for killing his mother. She also reunites with her father, the emperor. Allah and Constance return to England, but Allah dies after a year, so Constance returns to Rome once again. Mauritius becomes next Roman emperor. Here I have explained 5 stories from Canterbury Tales. Remaining stories we have to see in my next video. Thank you for watching.